Hello and welcome again to Matt's Minute. We will continue looking at Nehemiah chapter 5 in our State House Bible studies this week. In Nehemiah 5, starting after verse number 7, as we looked last week at how the children of Israel were mortgaging their families, their lands, their vineyards, their homes to fellow Israelites, and those lenders were charging interest, and they were also not allowing the clock to reset as God had set up in policy back in Deuteronomy. Well, here you have the response to the people who Nehemiah rebuked. He was very angry, and he rebuked these lenders who were, in a sense, predatory lenders, you might use in our vernacular. He rebuked them. Well, what was their response? Their response was good. They responded well to the rebuke of Nehemiah. I think part of that had to do with Nehemiah's attitude in delivering the rebuke. He was soft, he was humble, and yet he was firm. And so here you see the people's response in aid and following. They agree with Nehemiah. They say, okay, we will not only forgive the interest, but we will give everything back. All of the collateral that we're holding for these loans, we will give it back. That kind of rings true to the New Testament model when Jesus met with Zacchaeus, and Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and he, by allowance of the Roman government, he could take more than the taxes that he was supposed to be collecting for Rome. And so he would take in excess of those amounts. And in so doing, he was being corrupt. And so when Jesus met with him, he said, I'm going to give back not only what I took from them, but fourfold what I took from them. And so you see that in Zacchaeus' day. Well, here these lenders say, we'll give everything back, Nehemiah. Well, in their zeal to do the right thing, Nehemiah says, all right, let's go down to the priests and we'll just verify this with an oath to God. So they do that and they make the promise. But more than making a promise, the keeping the promise is even better. And a couple verses later, you see that the people kept the promise they made to Nehemiah, to the people, and to God. Are you someone who keeps your promises? Are you someone who keeps your word? This has been Matt's Minute.